Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Kat, known as phamerina.planning here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today's video will be a Sadie Stickers mystery subscription, the weekly mystery subscription retrospective that will span from December 24 through January 26. I do have, I believe it's probably December 23 through November 24 up on my channel already. I'll try to remember to link it up there. My cat is doing something. Okay, he's fine. But yeah, I have decided for the time being to pause my mystery subscription. As you can see, here is like a continuous set, and let me just, you know what, I'm gonna pull out the box. I'm gonna show. No! Please hold. So what happened is that I was grabbing the remainder of the kits, which are here. These are my unused mystery subscriptions, and actually like about, I'd say 5 of these were gifted to me. About 6 of these were gifted to me. Well, destashed to me. Brain. And the box they were in just catastrophically fell and opened, so I had to go clean everything up. But yeah, I have quite a few of the mystery subs to work through, so that is why I have decided to pause my Sadie Stickers mystery subscription, mostly due to me wanting to have choice again when it comes to buying kits from Sadie Stickers, because I feel bad about buying a kit from Sadie Stickers when I have this in reserve. Not bad, but like there is a voice that's like, Kat, you've got stuff at home, don't do it, don't do it. Sometimes the voice works, sometimes it doesn't. So this will be so I won't be receiving any more of the mystery subscriptions for a little while. Maybe I'll do decorative, maybe I'll come back to the weekly once I've exhausted my extensive collection. But that's my, that's tangentially related. So what's going to happen is I'm going to pull all these off the screen. I'm going to pop the mood board up, and then I'll slide the kit over and then we'll just flip through them and see how maybe the art style has changed. Miko, what are you doing? I'm sorry, my cat is doing something behind me. Maybe how the features in the kit have changed. And we'll just go for like however many months this is. 12 plus... This I think will be 14 months if I can count correctly. So let's slide these off the screen and get right into it. So the first one we're going to look at is the December 24 mystery, which I feel like the December one is not always a New Year's one. The December one kind of usually is like a somewhat transitional one into spring. Yeah, I would say it's cool enough to be winter, but like maybe its subject matter leans a little more spring. So the December 24 mystery was this silver foil kit that kind of had like library vibes, or something like that, that gave me like kind of a library, a fresh start kind of feeling. And I remember very specifically that these boxes are kind of mirrored, which was like a different thing for me. And there's only 2. I feel like Sadie's usually has 3 floral boxes, so there's only 2 in this one. And I think this one we really are starting to get more of the kind of like scrapbooky journaling thing that kind of really took off in 2025. So this is kind of like the start of it with the quote box here. And this is very much kind of riding that academia wave that was happening at the time. I don't believe a kit format has happened since the one in like August or July 24. So it's all relatively the same. I believe this is still, yeah, this is pretty much still the current, sorry, it's upside down, the current format. So washi, that's your base kit. Then you have the deco. I guess we'll figure out if maybe the paper tape is, like the paper has changed. I feel like current Sadie's, no, it still feels about as thick as the current Sadie stickers paper. Florals. This just hides here. This is the foil sampler. And then the alcohol inks. So that is the December mystery. For January, I remember 1 January was the, let me pull it out. The 1 January was like the kind of Japanese-y one. Where are you? I just saw you. Oh, maybe not. No, January was the color of the year for 2024. I don't remember what 2025's color of the year was. Was it mocha or something like that? But kind of this year, 2025's January, kind of falls in line with the December feeling, which is where I was going. But for January 25, the mood board kind of gave this like early spring transition, which is very true in the actual collection itself. It's definitely got like melting snow imagery. Where is it? Like here, like those look like snow. Here it looks like snow on the grass. It could just be like a stylistic choice, but it makes me think of snow. As these florals, which we've seen a couple of mysteries. The one I can think of right off the top of my head is the koi fish one. I know the Pretty Pink Co. used in a couple of their mysteries, and these were also the same florals as one of the Sadie stickers kits that I purchased. Oh my goodness, which one was it? It won't come to me. It's baby brain is really strong. But this is definitely kind of a early spring, like winter into spring transition kit with the cool blues but the warm pinks. You have your 3 florals. And then like the kind of the outdoor imagery of everything kind of melting. Blossom by blossom, spring begins. Oh, I didn't read the quote in this one. Sorry. Books are the mirror of the soul. Blossom by blossom, spring begins. And it's definitely an early spring kit. Something to herald in the spring season with. Very light pastel tones. I really love the cherry blossoms, or just the petals, that were in this kit. It is foiled in silver. I don't remember if I said that or not. And then for your deco, I really love these like petals. I remember really liking those, and you can see the snowfall. There's snow imagery here. And then the journal page. Florals, the sampler. Love the paper boats and the paper airplanes that went with this, and then the alcohol ink. This one, she'd already transitioned to the washi paper alcohol ink at this point, so that is the January 25 mystery. Up next is clearly a super deep dive into spring. This one actually, the Pretty Pink Co. also had a very similar looking mood board for one of their months. I don't remember which one. I don't think it was the same month. I think it was, maybe it was the January one. I feel like it might have been January for the Pretty Pink Co. Because I distinctly remember Sadie's having it later. One of them had it later. But it's very much a bright, flowery, ready for spring, like really into spring collection. So it is foiled in, oh, let me see. It is foiled in this, I think, I didn't pick up their different foils yet, like the fact that things are differently foiled yet. It's really hard for me to tell. If I think it might be a champagne gold for the collection itself. Very floral flower cart, kind of flower shop vibe. And I just really love these cute little floral pieces here. I just really enjoy them. Very pink, very spring, very girly. Perfect for, I would say you could use this in February for Valentine's Day if you really wanted to. If you're into these colors but not necessarily the lovey-dovey vibes, that would be cute. And then the quote says, "May the flowers remind us why the rain is necessary," which is an interesting quote. I wonder if I stopped and thought about it, because there's not really any rain imagery here, which is what, like, usually you have some sort of rain imagery with the flowers when you have that kind of quote. But I'm wondering if it's riding off the coattails of the last kit with the snow melt. So maybe that's what it's saying. But yeah, normally you would have like some sort of rainy imagery if you use that quote. The boxes, layering, and then the bottom washi with this really rather simple like dots that are very very impactful. The deco, again, with these loose kind of petals and lots of like flower shop deco. Journal. Florals. Oh yeah, these are not mirrored. I think at some point I did start noticing, yeah, these are not mirrored. And I think we were starting to get a lot less of like these individual pieces too. Then we have the swatches. And then the foil sampler, which I think this is where they transition to this style of sampler. I want to think most of them are vertical like this, but I could be wrong. But Sadie's then started moving away from the shorter sheet, whatever size that is, and then I believe all of them from this point forward are this size. I could be wrong. We'll find out. But that is the February mystery. Over to March, which kind of was like a different, it was like a kind of a pivot. Like it had, not that the mysteries need to be like based, like flow into each other, but March had this really pretty purpley, bluish kind of mood board. But I think the mood board also had the cows, and I was very confused about the cows. So yeah, I remember being very confused about them when I first saw them. So this is the March mystery. It says, "Honey, your soul is golden," in the quote box. This is the same gold. Actually, let's see. Is this the same gold? And I'm just tripping. I could just be tripping. It's the same gold. Okay, I could just be tripping. It looks like the same gold with the lights. From what I can see in the lights here. This kind of has like a remote village in the mountains kind of feeling. I think I decided I was going to use this if and when I back planned my trip to San Francisco. Not that San Francisco really looked like this, but there's one part of our trip where we were driving to, was it called Devil's Peak or something like that? And there were a bunch of cows out there, and our friend, apparently what he does is he rolls down the windows and he yells moo at the cows. So this box just made me really think of that. But where we were in California, they were surrounded by the beautiful outdoors, which we don't get where we're not that close to anything like that. The colors were not like this. When did we visit? It was in April. Don't remember exactly when we visited, what time of year it was. It wasn't stupid cold. Then again, California is not that cold. Not like here in Pennsylvania. But that is when I plan to use this. It's like a very gorgeous, I think To me, it gives spring, summer. One of those two for sure. It's very pastel, which is why it makes me want to think spring. Boxes layering. I guess I just don't understand the cows. These florals I have seen before, now that I'm looking at them again. I think I know where I've seen them. Let me wait till we get to like the actual florals themselves. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen them in a Sadie stickers kit, but I think these are the same ones from Miss Meow's Rainy collection, I think. I know I've seen these florals before. Yeah, I don't understand the cow. This deco is also very interesting, like size-wise. You've got this kind of small scene here, but this giant tent, but these small mountains, but this giant stump. So it was very, I thought it was a choice, is what I'm saying. Then the journal page. Florals, I feel like these are similar florals to that one Miss Meow Rainy Day kit. I feel like it. Swatches. And foiled sampler. I want to think this is yeah, okay, no, this is a different, alright, yeah, this is champagne gold, this is their regular gold. Okay, no, and I held it, you have to like kind of look at it, the right light. When you lay it down, it's a little more noticeable when you can like see elements next to each other. And I've gone on a whole spiel about that, so I'm not going to go on about it here. So that is the March 25 mystery. Next, we kind of really dove into summer. Actually, I think this was kind of like right around the time when a lot of shops were kind of releasing travel kits. And I was like, well, I'm not going anywhere. I don't really need a travel kit. And I remember, I think it was either the Cliffside, whatever I don't remember exactly what the mood board was, but it very much gave out of the United States energy. So the April 25 mystery is this bright, colorful one here where it says La Doce Vida in the center. And I think, again, champagne gold for the collection. You got your floral blocks. Is very much Italy colors. You usually see yellow and blue. You see the lemons. You have the girl here, the guy paddleboarding, the cliffs here, the winery. Very much travel themes. And here's your boxes page. Layering. Washi. I do remember, I think this washi is a little crooked. This kind of starts here, it ends up down here. Let's see, deco. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, why is there so much orange in the deco? Like, you see there's not a lot of orange here, or in the boxes, or here. So I was like, why is there so much orange in the deco? Not that you can't pull in like a fifth color, but geez, it's like really orange. It's like the oranges and the florals are kind of this more pale orange. Journal. Yeah, because you can't really see a lot of oranges in the florals. You'll see some here, a little bit there, but not a whole lot. This one is not mirrored. And then swatches, very sunny color palette, and the sampler. I do really like the sketchy nature of the people for this one. Let me see. These feel like the same color to me. Yeah, I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I could be crazy. I wouldn't put it past me. Maybe my eyes are just not the best. But that is the April 25 mystery. Yeah, I remember this time I had a lot of travel kits, and I was like, Jesus, why do we have so many travel kits going on right now? Alright, next up was kind of like a curveball of a kit. Very much like Sadie's, well, a lot of kits. They don't do a very bold theme. I remember that. And this one was kind of like out there with the theming. Yeah, no, the other term I kind of used for this side of the community is like dainty. It's very dainty foiled. So have this like really bold kind of cowboy kit. Western kit was very, I mean, Sadie's has done Western kits before now that I'm thinking about it, but like normally mysteries are kind of catered, like, I wouldn't say catered, but they kind of are like diluted in their boldness because some people don't like that. I guess that's how I'll say that. So this one was kind of like, oh wow, oh, this is a different energy than what you normally bring for the mysteries. The quote box says, all the good things are wild and free. It's definitely got this like a Wild West energy. I know a lot of people used it for like a Beyonce spread or any kind of country music. People used it for that last year. I don't use my mystery kits in a timely manner, so that's why I still have it. This bold orange, like look at that. It's such a bold orange. It's foiled in gold. That's like 3 kits in a row foiled in gold now. With these really kind of, these florals, which are really different. And then, yeah, we have this very striking pattern here. So, washi, deco. I like the size of this deco. And then you have some like kind of like wildflower feeling florals. Journal, florals. Yes, these are very much, these florals tended to be not rounded, very long, not mirrored. Then we have the swatches and the foiled sampler with like these really big statement pieces. Let's see. Yeah, no, this gold's different. Wonder what it is with their gold. So that is the May 25 mystery. Now I'm trying to think if Sadie's usually always goes straight into fall when it comes to like June. I want to think if not fall, a kind of transitional summer to fall kit. But why I'm saying that is what's interesting is that this one, I feel like they're flipped. Like the July should have been the June and the June should have been the July. Because this one feels very, very, very much like, come on. This one feels very fall. Like no question, like it doesn't really give me summer with the darker color palette, with the, like the neutrals, like that's a very common contrast you see for fall decor. It also kind of feels like a little windy. I'm not saying it's not windy in the summer, but windy leaves, that kind of imagery goes with fall. And this is our first rose gold kit in a while. So this quote box says, "Let the trees show us how beautiful it is to let things go," which is very much a fall quote. So yeah, I think it's interesting that this came before the July one, because I could see the July one off to the side here, and like the browns and the oranges and the color palette. Very much makes this feel like fall. You got the pumpkins, the white pumpkins specifically. I don't know, these, I'll get to it. Let me hold that thought for a second. So yeah, the blowing leaves imagery really gives me the fall. Plus, you know, you paired it with rose gold. You see a lot of rose gold in the fall. Oh, they're crocheted knit? Crocheted. Knit? I can't tell from here. Yeah, I got some like really thin florals. Journal. Florals, not mirrored. Very like willowy kind of florals. Swatches. Yeah, very brown green color palette, and the foil sampler. Cinnamon bun. I could go for a cinnamon bun. So yeah, that is June. I feel like it got flip-flopped with July, to be very honest with you. Because with July, unless I'm wrong, maybe it's June. I feel like July you start to see, or for July you definitely start to see fall for Sadie stickers. So I have the July, yeah, that one definitely was fall, for 2024. So I thought it was odd that the two are backwards. I really do enjoy this one because this has got the beachy fall vibes, and it's a theme we don't really see very often. So it's got this bright blue with the oranges and the kind of coastal feeling, because of course, like, not everyone sees fall the way it's depicted. It's not all falling leaves and pumpkins please and like cooler weather, like closer to the coast. You're not seeing that kind of weather. This one is foiled in, I think they're champagne gold. I really do just enjoy the pumpkins sitting at the beach and all of the kind of fall imagery in a coastal nature, a coastal environment. So yeah, I feel like logistically, because you could use this, like for me, I would use this before I use that one, like time of year wise. So I think it's interesting that I feel like the June should have been the July and the July should have been the June. So washi, deco. That's a small deco on this one. Florals, and these are mirrored, and I'm wondering if I had anything to do with that. I don't think so. Maybe they were more conscientious of it afterwards. I don't know. Oh, the pages are backwards here. Journal, then florals. Then we have the swatches, which are very similar. It's just the other ones have like a more earthy color. Some has the pop of blue in it. And then the foil sampler. This one's a really fun one because you could bring in some summer foil and winter foil and mash them together, and the spread would not look that far out of place. So that is the July 25 mystery. August I know we always get a really solidly fall one. And this one is completely right up my alley. It's got the dark moody colors. It's not the rose gold, but it's got the dark moody colors that I love for a fall collection. It is foiled in rose gold. It's kind of like a cabin in the woods feel. It says adventure awaits here, and it's got the mushrooms. I always associate the mushrooms with fall. I'm trying to think if the mushroom festival around here is in the fall or not. But yes, foiled in rose gold. It's got the woodsy kind of feel. I love the green of this box here, which that green kind of got pulled into the collection a little bit more, but that's okay. You kind of have like 4 boxes of color here, which match your 4 swatches at the bottom, so it makes sense. Yeah, look at this color palette. It's a stunning color palette. This is my kind of color palette for fall. And then you got like your deco up there. Then your bottom washi. Ooh, very foily. Deco. A little fox. Journal. Florals. Swatches. And then the foil sampler with all of the mushrooms and the leaves and the trees. I don't think we've ever seen these trees come to the shop. I could be wrong, but I don't think they've ever come to the shop. Some cool trees. I like those trees. So that is the August mystery. Then September we go straight, yeah, because in September, October, November, December. Yeah, we got 4 more months left in the year. September has always been, to my recollection, a winter collection. I'm trying to remember what the mood board was for this one. I think it was the box with the window and the boots. But this one's a very classic winter color palette. It is foiled in silver. So Winter Whispers in shades of white and blue. This kind of has like the, oh, what is this kind of called? Like the China, fine China pattern and like woven into it along with the plaid, which was very interesting contrast. And I love these florals. So boxes, deco, yeah, you've got like the plaid pattern in here. Then your washi page. Deco. Yeah, these blue florals are just everything for a winter collection. Journal. Florals. Yeah, I'm noticing they're really... Wait. They're not mirrored. No, these are not mirrored. Alcohol ink. And then the foiled sampler. Oh, these bunnies are so cute. I love the bunnies. So that is September. Definitely a winter collection for sure. The next up we have, I feel like October. Let me see, I have October 23. No, October 23 was the ballerina one. But October 24 definitely was another holiday Christmas one. And then this one falls in line with the holiday Christmas collection. This one is much less baking and more about like Christmas shopping. It's got like candy cane vibes. It is foiled in champagne gold. I just really love these pattern boxes. It says season's greetings to you. The staircase. Oh, it's such a pretty kit. Yeah, the candy store. This is really pretty. I'm excited to use this one this year. Boxes page. Yeah, the pink, red, and green. It's a great combination. All these shoes are adorable. Then your washi page. Then we have the deco. Ooh, these colored snowflakes. It's been a while since I've seen this kit. A journal. Then we have the florals, which are mirrored this time, it looks like. Yep. And then the... Ooh, right, this was the return. I don't know. Maybe this was the one and only time we had the pattern alcohol inks return. Oh, we got 3 different patterns. I wish we had more. because you know me, I love me a good pattern alcohol ink. It's in the cart if there's already one offered. And then the foiled sampler, which had these interesting ink stroke kind of like column liners, or they're too long to be a column divider. And I love this pattern here. This would make a great like box liner. And this too, ooh. Yeah, that would be a really pretty box liner. So, October 25 mystery, I will probably slot it in for this year. For my holiday collections, because I used the one from last year, or 24 for 25. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep a pink Sadie stickers holiday collection going for every year, huh? Then November, I'm trying to remember what the other November mystery looked like. It looks like I've already used it. I think November was kind of a weird one for Sadie stickers. I was like, hold on, I did not get this imagery. I think it was the image of the cabin. And when I got the kit, I was like, I did not get celestial vibes from this collection. And again, yeah, this is a collection that would be perfect in a holo, but that's what the other one was. It was that holo collection. Should have been holo. Should have been holo. It's okay. Other people will probably argue rose gold, but they went with silver. I prefer silver for like cool, crispy tones. I think this would look even more stunning in holo, but I get it. I get it. People really did like the Aurora Borealis in holo, and the thing is, that one had to be in holo. You couldn't get it in any other way. Like Aurora Borealis plus holo, like you can't. You're just wrong if you pick anything else. I'm sorry to make such a very firm statement on that, but if you pick anything other than holo when you're doing an Aurora Borealis kit, you're just wrong. I hate to break it to you. I'm not walking back on that statement either. So this one is like got this winter celestial vibe with like a little bit of stargazing. I don't know. I wasn't expecting the rest of that because I'm pretty sure this was you would have already seen the mood board pop up, but I'm pretty sure it was this one. I was like, wait, I was not expecting the rest of this. But it's one of my favorites for 2025 for sure. Yeah, the purple, the dark purple. Purple is my favorite color. So you throw me a purple kit, I'm done. I've already bought it. So you have your deco here, some small decos up there, and then the bottom washi. Woo. I need these like individual. I mean, I kind of have some already, but I will always use more of those. Then we have the deco. Oh, more snowflakes. That's cool. We need to have like just colored snowflakes released as a collection. Like just not now, obviously. We're gearing towards spring now, but next winter. Just random colored snowflakes, like Regina's, like the ones that are like not foiled, but in the foil colors, but we need small ones like this. Okay, then we have the florals, which are mirrored. And the journal page, very monochrome color palette now that I'm looking at it, but I like monochrome, so. Oh, these are backwards again, aren't they? I don't know if that's because of me or if that's how it came. Yeah, very monochrome color palette. So maybe the holo would have been distracting, but I still think it would look really cool on holo. Then we have the foiled sampler. Ugh. I need someone to just drop all of these like constellations on the bigger size. I have small ones. I need bigger ones. On these trees again, really cool. I might have missed the trees during the winter. I wouldn't put that past me for missing those. So definitely one of my favorites from 2025. I think it's probably my favorite from 2025 is this one. So, yep. Everything's falling again. And the final one for 2025, I do have one more after that, so we're going to go do that one too, is the cutest little spring kit ever. I just think it's the most adorable. I remember this mood board came very, very, very late. I do remember that. I think it like went up maybe the day that signups closed. So I'm really sorry if you missed out on this one. But this one is really adorable. It's definitely a spring kit. I have plans to use this for when baby number 2 comes along, which he is supposed to be like an Easter baby, maybe. So it works out really well if he is born when he's supposed to be. Who knows what's going to happen. But I think this kit is absolutely perfect for that. Because one, it's got the slight nods to Easter. He will be a spring kid technically. Although spring really doesn't start till like late April, but that's fine. Fine, not fun. This quote here says, "Here comes the sun." S-U-N. S-O-N. I'm having a boy. Perfect. This teddy bear kind of gives me, you know, like a little baby nursery vibes. And again, since he's like an Easter kid, you got little bunnies. And the fact that this kit is blue and purple, not blue and pink. It's like a purpley pink. I think this kit would work really great if you have a spring baby on the way, specifically a son. But I think you could use it for either gender if you really wanted to. But it's like perfect for a son. So boxes, the layering page. So that's what I'm planning on using it for. So this will go in the lineup. It just might move around where I use it depending on like when the little guy decides to make his appearance. Okay, washi. Then we have the deco. See the fact the girl's wearing blue. There's no pink in this kit. Like pink. It's not pink. The cat with the glasses. The bear's wearing a blue ascot. Did I do this? I must. It might be me who's been flipping these two around. The journal. The florals, which are mirrored. Then we have the swatches. And the sampler, which is interesting that we've got these header, yeah, we've kind of got the return of the washi length and the header length here. But I'm wondering if that's just because they had it in the washi and this was a foil they had released previously. I'm fairly certain on that. But yeah, I love these petals. I don't think they ever came to the shop individually like that, which makes me really sad. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong though. Oh, they're so pretty. This is a really pretty sampler. I like that. I like these guys. I've been trying not to buy a lot of foil because I have too much foil and I need to really start using it. Like using it. So that was the December 25 mystery. And the last mystery I have is kind of like a weird one to me, honestly, because it has kind of like spring colors or a spring feel, but fall color. No, let me rephrase. So it's like a spring feeling, but fall colors. And again, it has mushrooms, which I associate with the fall, but maybe not everybody does. But this is the January 26th. This is my last one. It's this like picnicky mushroom one. Champagne gold, I think. It's got the ferns, it's got the mushrooms, it got this kind of like fall color palette to me, but maybe that's just my bias. I really feel like that just might be my bias on like the time of year. I just really associate these like mustardy colors with, well, it's really the orange, the mustardy orange with fall, and the mushrooms with fall. So that's why it's like a head scratcher for me. Yeah, because it feels like a very fall collection, but it's No, the colors are fall, but like somehow the airiness of it makes me think spring. And then maybe the Mushroom Festival is in the spring, and I've just always associated with fall, because this really much, hold on, set box here. Yeah, this one really gives me Longwood Gardens. And if you don't know anything about Pennsylvania, two things. Pennsylvania is the garden capital of the US, I'm pretty sure. Of the US, I'm not sure it's the world, but I'm pretty sure it's of the US. And two, we have Longwood Gardens is located next to or near Kennett Square, or is it in Kennett Square? Kennett Square is the mushroom capital of, I want to say of the US for sure. I'm not sure if it's of the world. So they have a mushroom festival every year. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it might be in the spring. I don't think it's in the fall. I could be wrong though. I don't remember. I have yet to attend. I want to go. But they have a bell tower that looks not exactly like this, but it looks like this. And so every time I look at this collection, I think of Longwood Gardens. Oh, I never read that. That says Wild Spirit, Soft Heart, Sweet Soul. So yeah, I'm a little head scratchy at this collection, because it really, really has fall colors, but it doesn't really feel super like fall to me. And I could be, it might be my weird perception of, like, look at these colors. Very fall color palette to me. Which maybe they're trying something new and trying different color palettes in different seasons, which is really cool. Just the subject matter. I feel like if we did a different subject matter with these colors, it might have worked better. And then this sampler looks a little bit more like their kit samplers. So it's interesting that we've kind of gone back to like the kit sampler type of style. Yeah, butterflies. I need more butterflies in my life. So that is my last mystery, and that is the last mystery you will be seeing on this channel for a little while. So yeah, let's lay these all down. So yeah, the reason I am terminating my mysteries is not because I guess I'll be very transparent, or very real with my thoughts on, like, Sadie Stickers has a sticker shop. Sadie Stickers has a sticker shop. It's a shop I go to mostly for foil. And maybe some of her, like, mini kits or journaling kits. Actually, how much room will I need? Where am I? I'm about center frame. Her weekly collections I never really look at too deeply, because A, I already have these, and B, I feel like and this is speaking for me, Katerina phamerina.planning, very specifically, this kit format is not everything I want. And I know part of it is that I could just go and grab pages from the deco kit, and then, like, I should be fine. Which is what I do when I pick up a kit normally, right? Of this mystery, the kits I get in the mystery, I barely pull from the journal page. Sometimes the deco is just a weird size for me. I'm not a fan of the deco size sometimes. And, and maybe this is a good thing. I wonder if Sadie is like how do I want to say this? Their compositions inside of their full boxes is kind of, it's getting hard for me to tell what their signature is. Like, for me, I can look at a Dash of Sun kit, and I know that's a Dash of Sun kit. I can look at an older Crafts by Towie kit, and I'm like, yeah, that's a Crafts by Towie kit. And I wonder, it's not a bad thing, but I guess I'm curious to, like, if anyone else has the same thoughts about, like, Sadie Stickers kits. Sometimes they're easy to spot, and then other times I'm just like, I can't really tell what shop this is from, and then I learn that it's a Sadie Stickers kit, and I'm like, really? I wouldn't have pegged it as a Sadie Stickers kit. Like, if you look at this kit and, like, this kit, what is like the signature. I think currently what Sadie's signature is kind of like these, let me see if I can find one that has it. I feel like the most recent one, like these journaly kind of foils interspersed throughout, which you don't see on this kit per se. You don't really see it. You see a little bit of it on this kit. So, and I know Sadie Stickers has a shop, is rapidly expanding. They're doing like manufacturing for other shops, and they're kind of delving into like the junk journaling stuff. So I just wonder, or I'm just curious as to what they feel their identity is. Do they feel like their identity has evolved? Because I feel like, and again, this is just a personal perspective, and this is not a negative criticism of the shop. I think just this, the way the community has been moving, is that people have kind of moved away from the standard weekly, which is very true. I think you don't really see many YouTubers doing it. I'm not saying YouTube should be a gauge, but when you want to watch planner content, where do you go? Usually YouTube. You see less and less, maybe not less and less, but I feel like we're seeing more incorporation of a journaling style, including myself. That's a statement that is true for me. And I feel like Sadie Stickers is, Alicia and her team are seeing that. And I know they're still offering weekly kits. They release 2 collections every week. But I wonder if that's just like a thing they feel they have to do. Because for me personally, again, this is all a personal opinion, personal thoughts. Like, the mood boards for these usually go up pretty late. let me not lie to you. I was talking to some people about subscriptions, and like they wanted to get into, say, like this kind of planning style, and I'm like, it's kind of, we all know it's kind of expensive. So the mystery subscription, I think is like one of the best values for what you get, right? It's 9 pages for about $25 if you are a regular subscriber. $25-$30, depends on shipping. But the mood boards don't always go up right away. Like, as if when I film this, although it's pretty early in February. But the mood boards usually maybe go up 5 days beforehand. So you're like, if you are subscribed, or a reoccurring subscriber, or if you're subscribed for a set number of months, which is what I was doing. I did a year. Because it's the best way. You get the most savings that way. You're left wondering, okay, well, like, I know it's a mystery, and that's the whole point of a mystery, but you're left like, what is coming? Like, I don't know what is coming. Whereas the snail mail, I feel like they're like on point with the snail mail. And it might be because the snail mail is a little bit, there's not as many pages to design, or they don't have to design 2 kits, because there's also a decorative kit that they have to design too. But I just feel like, and I could be wrong, but as a customer, my perspective is that they're more into the less structured style. This kind of style is very structured, right? You have the boxes, the full boxes, the columns, all of that jazz. Whereas the community as a whole, I'm not saying everybody, the community as a whole has moved away / incorporated more vigorously journaling, junk journaling, daily journaling, bullet journaling, and I feel like that's where the passion for Sadie Stickers and a couple of other shops is kind of like falling into. There's a customer base for that for sure. That the journaling customer base is a much wider net than the standard weekly customer base. Where exactly was I going with this? So what I was trying to say is that I'm wondering if Sadie Stickers is in this like weird nebulous area, business wise, where they're trying to figure out exactly what the identity they want is. We're seeing a proliferation of different kinds of kits, right? The Pretty Pink Co. just released the creative kit. I know a couple of shops have reformatted their kits to include more of the decorative journaling kits as part of their base kit. Some shops have completely dropped this standard weekly kit and do the standard weekly add-ons. So I'm wondering, I don't think this, just watch this be a Nostradamus situation after this video goes up and the Sadie's is like, actually, we're not doing standard weeklies anymore. I don't think that's going to happen. But I wonder how long this format at Sadie Stickers is going to be a priority. I think it is a priority because they know a lot of their customers want it. Not very many shops still, well, I wouldn't say they don't offer it, but they don't offer this standard 4-page weekly format. Has a soul, not as a soul, but like has their primary bread and butter, right? You got Sadie's, you got Pretty Pink Co., Miss Meow. I'm trying to think. That's kind of like really the big hitters. Because Starlight Paper, Paper Trail Plans, Saucy Stickers Co. I'm trying to think of other shops off the top of my head, but they're not coming to mind. I know there's more. They've moved. They don't do the standard weekly format anymore. Another shop I know does the standard weekly is JK Creates, but she's not as frequently releasing. Tailor Made, who's now manufactured, she does the standard weekly too, but maybe she'll release more frequently now that manufacturing's outside of like something that she doesn't need to worry about anymore. I'm trying to think of any other shops. And of course, when I need them, off the top of my head, I can't think of them. Right, the Giving Girl doesn't do this format anymore. I was never around when the Giving Girl did this format. Crafts by Howie's not doing this anymore. Piano Bird Design is evolving her shop at this point in time. So I guess to say, is the Sadie Stickers mystery subscription worth it? 100% yes. For me, with my current style, with the iteration of where I am at in my standard weekly, my A5 vertical, let me call it that way, my vertical weekly style, this just doesn't have the pieces that I need to make a collection. Like, I can make it work, but there's some pieces that I would love to have from the decorative kit that they're just not there for me. So yeah, I think I started this by saying, like, I'm not canceling it because I think it's bad. Quite the opposite. I think it's a great value for what you get. I think for me in my current style, the pieces, I just need different pieces. That's one. Two, sometimes Sadie's releases gorgeous kits that I'm like, ooh, but I have these all waiting for me, so I can't do it. And then lastly, like, I how do I say this? Sadie's will always be a staple in my planner, but I think has a shop. They're not necessarily my favorite shop, right? Does that make sense? Like, you know, when someone starts out in this hobby and they talk to you about it, they're gonna be like, so where should I start? You're definitely gonna say Sadie stickers. They've got the foil, they've got the inserts, they've got the kits. They have functional items, like they have everything. So Sadie's will always be a staple in this community. I'm just going to take a break from the mystery subscription so I can like revisit the shop without knowing that I will have a kit coming every single month. Like I have the choice again. So that was a very long-winded answer to the question of like why I'm stopping and what do I think of the value. Do I think it's a great value? Yes, and which I've said like 3 times already, but you know, baby Brie. So yeah, I'm not stopping because it's bad. I'm just stopping because I need a break. I need a break from the lack of choice, and I need to make my own choices again. And I need to start using some of these because as you can see, I already have, let's see, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And I actually destashed one of these mysteries away to Christine. So I had 24. Plus I've used everything from, well, anything, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 24, meaning I've used 8 of the 24s once released in 2024. So I need to give, I need to stop accumulating kits so I can start using these and or being able to buy them. But if you want to do like a 3-month subscription just to like get some really cheap kits, they're always great. You can see we have a very wide range of seasons, of styles, of color palettes, of I feel like rose gold is probably the foil they didn't use a lot of last year, but they usually use a lot of rose gold in the fall. I think silver is probably the one they use the least in my opinion. So yeah, that is that's a very long, wow, I went on for like 15 minutes. That was a very long ending to this video. I'm really sorry if you listened to all of that. Thank you. Clearly you just are obsessed with the stickers and talking about them as I am. So that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would love it if you gave it a little like. Leave a comment with any of your thoughts down below. Don't take my criticisms of Sadie stickers as a net negative. It is a positive statement. I just want to be very transparent. I don't hate Sadie stickers. I love Sadie stickers. It's just not my favorite shop. And I think that's a very fair statement. And I would be so happy if you joined my little channel by subscribing. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.